Okay, good morning, peeps. We made it through the night. Yay. I'm still tired. Tired and drained. Little bit of a headache. It's cold to me. It's about 42. My husband texted me a few minutes ago and he said he was cold. The wind's blowing a lot, so I'm sure the wind chill makes it pretty chilly. And when you live in South Texas and cool fronts come in, it feels cold to us. I have a lot to do today. I have an errand that I run every morning. And then I'm supposed to go to HEB. Oh, chicken's on sale for 88 cents a pound. So I gotta go by HEB and pick up some chicken, my husband told me. And I'm also gonna pick up some stuff for soup because I do really good on my homemade soup. So I gotta get some cabbage. I've got some organic cabbage, but that's for coleslaw. I'm gonna pick up some more cabbage, carrots, and stuff, and the chicken to make some chicken soup. Because I do really good. I feel good when I eat that. Zucchini, some other place. Oh, I wanted to stop by JCPenney's because Taylor and Frankie's baby shower for Ava is, I think it's Sunday. Let's see. Yeah. Ow, went over the chair. It's Sunday. So there's a little outfits that I used on my children and grandchildren, and I want to get some for my great grandbaby because they're really cool. Sweet pea pajamas is what we call them. If you're around my age, then you know what I'm talking about. There was something else I needed to do, but I should write all this stuff down. It'd be a lot easier. A lot easier. So late last night I went ahead and after I pulled the bread out of the oven, I went ahead and uploaded it to YouTube. So if y'all will subscribe and share these videos to help get them out there, I'd appreciate it. And hopefully I'll get better with my content on helping everybody else with ulcerative colitis. In my flare, the worst of my flare, sores. I was getting sores, kind of. You would think that they were a pimple, but they weren't. They were kind of in between a pimple and a blister. And the best thing to do was to leave them alone. They were really, really sore to touch, cold sores, sores in the mouth. I have a place right here on my lip that turns white. And that happened before the bad flare. It would come up. I don't know if it was part of dehydration or what, but it was a white spot on my lip. And it would get real sore sometimes. And it tried to come up about a week or two ago. I got feeling really bad. And it's faded away. But sores in your mouth, and I also have thyroid disease, and they say that runs along with it. I was diagnosed with that a while back. My PCP said for me to watch my blood sugar because my blood sugar was high. Because being on the prednisone can make you, your blood sugar go up, be diabetic. But off and on through times I've had my blood sugar was high because I check it periodically to make sure it's all right. But, you know, with exercise and diet, it seemed to always, you know, be all right, be okay. But also my weight, you know, I'm at a heavy weight that I normally not. And hopefully when I get off the prednisone, I'll continue to keep losing. You don't absorb nutrition, your food, the nutrition in your food as it goes through the intestines with this, and I think that's one reason I'm really tired all the time. I mean, I'm absorbing more than I was. During the bad flare, I lost 13 pounds in a week, and I wasn't absorbing any nutrition. And I'm sorry I shake, but I've always shook. My mom said even as a little girl, I shook. My handwriting looks like scratchy-gatchy. Not very good. And in the mornings, my shaking's usually worse. Gets better, gets worse. Depends on how I feel. Just a shaky person. My husband and my kids pick on me sometimes. They'll start talking to me and they'll start shaking their head. Playing with me. Cuties. My brain's not really working this morning. I don't have a lot to say, so I don't want to just kind of ramble on about nothing. I'm going to finish doing the few things I need to do and brush my teeth and head out, and maybe I'll take you with me in some of the places I'm at, or maybe I won't, because I don't know about doing this in front of people in stores and stuff. I do it on my other channel, but it's different. It's not so personal. Okay, I'll get back with y'all. Hey, I'm back from the store and my run and everything. The only thing I forgot was I forgot to get my husband his asparagus. So when I dropped the granddaughter off at her house, I'll pick some up. But I got stuff for my soup, and I need to make pickles. Oh my gosh, I've got cucumbers to tie the rail, and I haven't, and I should do them right away, but I haven't done it. But when I came out of HEB, I was approached by Tony, and he's a guy that's on my Facebook, and he's a wonderful fisherman, along with a bunch of other gentlemen that I follow on there that are wonderful fishermen. And him and some other people, well, at least one of them that I know personally, they opened up a business, and he approached me to be on their pro staff, and I was flattered, very flattered, very, very, very flattered. So I'm kicking that around. I've got to get in touch with Hobie and talk to them about it and see if that's okay. Get in touch with Fathomworks Rods and see if it's okay with them, because I can't step on their toes because I'm already on their pro staff. And but I would love to be on their pro staff, and I'm not giving the name out yet till things are a little bit more squared off. But even if I don't get on their pro staff, I'm still going to promote their product and everything. They're wonderful guys, do wonderful things, and they also have a wonderful product. So, but y'all don't want to hear that. That's not what y'all are here for. I feel a little bit better. I haven't eaten anything, though, today. I didn't do my shake before I left this morning or anything. I feel a little bit better. I'm a little bit nauseated. I just made me some peppermint tea, and I'm going to sip on it, see if that helps my belly. And then decide what I'm going to plow into. I've got a few hours. I should do my pickles, because I can do my soup later. But I also need to pick a subject on ulcerative colitis to talk to y'all about. I was talking about the sores this morning. And when I was diagnosed, it's my whole colon, because sometimes it's just parts of your colon. Can't remember the name unless I look at the picture of the names. But mine's my whole colon. Lucky me. And I've always got an extended belly. Through my younger days, that was the last part I would gain weight. My butt, my legs, everything would get huge. But my belly never was really big until this illness. And that was one of the signs, and I didn't know that's what it was. It was because my colon was so inflamed. Plus my age, because my doctor told me when I hit 60 that things change. You start putting on, up top and around your middle, which is true. Because I always had a really little bitty waist, and I don't have a little bitty waist anymore. But I can tell on days when my stomach's when it's not bothering me as bad, it's not as big. But on days that it's really bothering me, it swells huge. I feel like I'm pregnant. Or it looks like I'm pregnant. But, and talking about pregnancy, I would have rather had my kids again, gone through that labor, than the pain that I go through during a flare. And during a flare-up, the pain is so bad and it doesn't ease. It's really bad pain. But I'm gonna get up here and sip on my tea and decide if I'm gonna pull everything out and do my pickles. And there's Miss Bella. Y'all wanna see Miss Bella? She's the Queen Sheba. This is the Miss Bella. Say hi, Miss Bella. Tell them hi. This is Miss Bella. Her's 13 years old. And her's the Queen Sheba. And she is an angel in a kitty cat's body. Hers just loves. I love her so much. We've always had dogs, Labradors. We had a Rottweiler once too. He was a big baby. And our last dog passed about a year ago, I guess. And my grandson brought home a kitty cat that he had found abandoned, and we had to feed it with a bottle and all. See, she just loves. She's so precious. But I just never was a cat person, and then it changed everything. I really love them. And one reason I wasn't a cat person is because when I was a little girl, probably 6 years old, I got scratched by a cat. And I got cat scratch fever. And my immune system is low. So I ended up having surgery in 2 places, behind my ear and in my groin. I was a real sick little girl with cat scratch fever. Well, when I got home from the hospital, we didn't have no more cats. My dad had gotten rid of all of them. And I never got around cats. I never touched them, really, because I was afraid. And then for some reason, I just fell in love with that little kitty cat. And every time I get scratched, I just scrub it really, really good. And I try not to get scratched. But that's my story about kitty cats and cat scratch fever. So I'll get over here. Talk to y'all later. Okay, ulcerative colitis is a chronic disease, long-lasting, characterized by inflammation and ulcers. Only in the large intestines. And they say, I think, starting in the rectum. Boy, sounds great, doesn't it? I think it says it can be distinguished by how much of the large intestine that's involved. When it involves just the rectum, they call it proctitis. If the left side of it is involved, it's called left side proctitis. And when the entire colon is involved, it's called pancolitis. That's me. Wow. I'm always the one that's in the percentage bracket that gets the whole thing. UC is characterized as periods of active inflammation when we are experiencing symptoms, and periods of time when the inflammation is turned off and we feel well. I'm still waiting for that one. And you know what? Those periods of time is called remission. I'm still waiting on remission. I wonder what remission is like. Is remission kind of like before we got the disease? I'm wondering. I've heard that some people with ulcerative colitis have long periods of remission and small active flares. Wow. Of course, the active inflammation, that's called our flares. And some of us have more severe flares than others. And so far, my flares were pretty bad. But I don't personally know anyone else with ulcerative colitis, or haven't been around anybody else with ulcerative colitis. But I know when I was in the peak of my flare, it was hell. I think I died and went to hell. I know I was praying for God to take me because I didn't want to be in it anymore. Yeah, that's all bad. And they say that they don't really know what causes this disease, and that there are many factors that can cause it. Genetics. I've heard that it was like in 3 categories: genetic disposition, environmental factors, and a dysregulated immune system. The immune system thing kind of sounds like me. So on the immune system thing, like if our colon gets turned on with whatever makes it sick, and our immune system goes in there and starts trying to heal it, then the immune system doesn't turn off. So it kind of plays havoc on us. So small stools, fatigue, low energy, and fever. I've had fever. On top of the fever, we get joint pain, liver inflammation, osteoporosis, skin problems, eye problems, mouth ulcers, and anemia. Wow. We should expect to lead normal lives. And from what I understand, our healthcare provider is going to help us with that. I'm tired of this disease managing me. So I guess that's why I've been making all the steps of doing the fermentation of foods, trying to weed out things that aren't good for me. And that's hard because everything that we have is full of preservatives and all kind of additives. The only way that you could get around that is if you lived on a farm and you grew all your food, you butchered all your animals, you knew exactly what was going in them. And for me, that's impossible. And even at the supermarket, when you go into your organic stuff, everything's so high priced that people that don't have money in abundance can't afford it.